In this video, we're going to look at ways of saying I love you. So here are 6 common ways of saying I love you in an abbreviated way. These are all fairly obvious, even though 2 of them are not in English. So we have Ich liebe dich in German and Je t'aime in French. But what about this one? K3U. How can that mean I love you? Well, as we go through this video, you will see there are lots of ways of saying I love you, and we'll explain that one towards the end. But by then, I think you'll have guessed. So here are some common ways of saying I love you using numbers. 143. This has been used for over a century. This was around long before texting. 143 is just the number of letters in each word. So for example, I has got 1 letter, love has got 4 letters, and you has got 3 letters. And there are variations on this, like I love you very much, I love you forever. But numbers don't always represent the number of letters. Look at this one, 1432. This time the 2 represents the word two. This is called a numeronym. And then you have ones like this, 381. 3 words, 8 letters, 1 meaning. Or 831, very similar, 8 letters, 3 words, 1 meaning. And even this, 1234. I've 1 thing to say, 3 words for you, and those 3 words being I love you. And 4221, forever together to love one another. So here the numbers represent half words. And it can start getting quite creative. So look at this one, 459, I love you. On small phones or older phones, 459 are just the keys on which I, L and Y feature. Okay, let's get rid of that. Here are some ways of saying I love you more. There are lots of these. Something you will notice is that sometimes the word you is represented by the letter Y, but sometimes by the letter U. So keep an eye out for those combinations of LY and LU if you're trying to work out what something means. Let's clear those. So here are some more creative ways of saying I love you. So look at this, less than 3. Well, that's actually an icon. It's just a picture of a heart lying on its side. Then you get this, less than 333. Well, that's just 3 hearts. Then you can put a U on the end, so less than 3U, I love you, heart you. That might have been fairly obvious, but what about this, less than 4? It's more than love, because 4 is higher than 3. This time it's not an icon. You have to know that less than 3 is an icon for this one to work. And then you can go the other way. Less than 2. Not in love yet. And then you have greater than 3, which means hate. It's the opposite of less than 3. So here are some ways of saying I love you too. Just bear in mind that sometimes you'll see 2 to mean 2 instead of the letter T. And here are some ways of asking if they love you. You could send them a post-it note, or you could send them one of these abbreviations. Here's one you don't want to receive. Ways of saying I love you, but not in that way. So here we have I love you as a friend, and different versions, or I love you as a mate. So you have the pretty girl saying, I love you as a friend. Then you have other versions, as a brother, as a sister. All of these are heartbreakers, if you are in fact trying to be romantically involved. And of course, there are lots of ways of signing off a message with love. And here are just some of the ways. And then there are ways of broaching I love you cautiously. I think I love you. I think I am in love with you. By the way, I think I'm in love with you. These are all first approaches to the idea. But then there are other words for love, more fun ones like lub with one B or two, love, or luff, love, l. So there we've covered lots of different ways of broaching the subject of love. But remember this one. How did this mean I love you? Well, let's have a look. K3U. Well, it's easier than it looks. If you split it up, you end up with I heart you. In other words, I less than 3U, which we know means I love you. And that's how K3U means I love you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of our other videos on cyberdefinitions.com.